What do you think we should talk about?
Well, what interests you particularly at the moment?
Well, Jackie had an interesting comment. She wondered how we first met, and I was trying to remember too.
I expect it was at one of those lectures, don't you?
Which lectures?
You know, artists speak on art.
Oh, it was before. Oh, it's possible, that's right. But I was also thinking it might have to do with the fact that Lawrence
Yes.
used to be so supportive
Ah, yes.
of the women artists at that time.
He was. Well, and we had a lot of meetings in this very room.
That's right. And you would have the dinners here.
Yes.
I remember.
Oh, God.
A lot of, well, you worked hard.
I did.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
can't think how I did it. I mean, I used to rush out and paint, you know, somewhere away from home, and then come back and get dinner.
You didn't have your studio here then?
Oh no, but I have to say I painted a landscape.
Oh, I see. Right. You when
Actually,
you were doing.
I never did that. That was in England. But I mean, you know, I used to sort of rush out and do things and then
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
get dinner. And I had.
But you had to do
I
the
did-
shopping
And the cleaning. And of course, I always had to do a desperate clean before people came because I wasn't very clean. Yeah.
Well, we all have to do that. Were we in Soho 20 ever at the same time?
No.
Okay. Soho 20, I guess I was there before you.
No, you weren't.
No?
No.
I was there in the 70s.
My dear, I was there in the 60s. No, you see, I was one of the founding members.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All
You
right.
see, it was very odd. There were two members who weren't painters. No, one wasn't a painter. And she actually thought she could make money out of it. I said, "You're absolutely crazy, woman." But you see, they made this awful mistake of not having it not for profit.
Oh, I know. And they couldn't get grants.
No, and that was her fault.
Right.
I
right.
begged them not to do that.
And
People
even
never listened to me.
right. And even when I was involved,
Really.
they were not
No.
able
No,
to
I
get
know.
grants because they
It took
weren't.
them forever.
Yeah.
That was so stupid. No. That's one of the awful things.
Well, I think part of it had to do with the fact that they were trying to be a gallery, even though, you know, they had their feminist manifesto,
Yes.
but at the same time, they wanted to be as official and professional as possible. And at that time, to be a nonprofit and was like confessing that you were an alternative space or something.
Oh, I see. Yeah.
I think it was
Maybe
that was
was
part of the problem.
Mm.
It didn't have the cachet it does now. But, and I was also thinking that Lawrence wrote so much about feminist art and supported women like no other critics did.
That's right. He even went to people's studios.
That's right.
But people haven't been really. They don't remember it anymore.
No. They don't remember the battles that we had to struggle with, do they? How about, like, do you remember certain things that you were involved with at the time?
I should say.
What was the one that was the most difficult battle
Well,
that
one
you
of the
felt?
most difficult ones was Women Choose Women.
Oh, okay.
That was really awful.
This was the exhibit at
At that little building they messed about with
Women Choose
in
Women.
Columbus Circle. Okay.
Yeah. So what was? I'm trying to remember what the problems for the Women Choose Women show. Just the battles about who would be included and.
Well, it started off badly in a way. You see, Cindy had the idea, which was a wonderful, Cindy Lancer, which was a wonderful idea, you see. But she really went overboard. She said she wanted a woman's show in every museum in New York. Now, that is just crackers, because I mean, we wouldn't have had the work.
Ah, that's an interesting way of looking at it.
Well, isn't it? What would we?
Yeah. Well, I don't know. We had a lot of work at that time that hadn't gotten out in the world.
Yes, but I mean, might not have been all the ones who wanted to get out
That's
of the
true,
world.
that's true. But it was, I mean, it was a very unrealistic dream at that time in
Well, it
history
was.
because we could barely get into galleries,
Yes.
let alone
And I
museums.
mean, you know, well, so she didn't want anything else.
Mm.
And what was happening was that, now, if only I remember his name, anyway, wait a minute, I hope. Whatever his name was, nice man, he was, he had just come as the director of this little museum.
Oh, I don't remember either, yeah.
Yes,
Yeah.
something like that.
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of coming to me, I think. Anyway, he was starting to make, he'd just come.
Mm-hmm.
And Lawrence said to me, Sylvia, go at once and make your request to him.
Mm-hmm.
Now is the time. If you wait any longer, he'll have his
He'll have
next
his
2 years.
Right, his schedule set.
Mhm.
Yeah, yeah.
So I said to my friends at the meeting, Lawrence said I should go now because so I went anyhow. I put on
Right,
I
right.
invited him for cocktails at his own museum. I put on my cocktail, my sort of Guggenheim clothes,
Right, right. Right.
and went.
Yeah.
And he was very charming.
And so you made it happen.
Well, he said to me, can you promise me that the work would be really good? So I said, I can, without hesitation.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I don't think many people would have been able to do that,
No, I don't think so either. Yeah.
but I
yeah.
could.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
Anyway, so he said, well, you know, he would.
There was a lot of anger, though, about that show because it did, you know, in a way, it kind of did the same thing that museums always did, you know, and I guess what they still do.
Well, what
Is
else
that
would you do?
Huh? No, it's true, but I wasn't, you know,
I
again,
mean, what were you thinking we should do?
I wasn't involved with that. I wasn't in that
No,
crowd, so
no.
I have no idea. I think it was great that they did it. I mean, it was so important at that time that women finally were saying, we can't take it anymore. We want to be, you know,
I mean,
where the
it
men
was
are.
one of the most successful openings they've ever had. Because all the women came with all their friends.
Right, right, right.
Well, I told him this would happen.
Yeah, yeah. But then, did anything else come out of that?
No.
Unfortunately, yeah.
Well, but still
Yeah,
it was
but
there.
still, it was something,
It happened.
exactly.
It happened.
Oh, yeah.
And people saw the work. Well, what happened was that Soho 20 and AIR.
That's right, that's right. Two women's galleries emerged out of that.
And we were on the map.
Yeah, 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 yeah. No, it was certainly an important time for us individually as artists too.
Well, they made it terrible for me, you know.